is up, YouTube? Welcome back to daily vlog number 3. We got absolutely annihilated last night. It's currently 10:08 in the morning, and I just want to say life after the military is so peaceful, but it kind of feels like a sense of lost purpose. So to find that purpose, we're going to stick a needle in our ass. On the menu today, I am not a doctor, but I'm about to give you medical advice. So we have our testosterone C200, 2,000 milligrams per 10 milliliters is an injectable solution, otherwise known as testosterone replacement therapy. Are my balls getting smaller? Yes, day by day. But are my muscles getting bigger? Yes, day by day. So right here, we have the smaller needles. This is a 1 milliliter 25 gauge syringe. I used to use 23 gauge, but if you want to nick yourself and want to feel the pain of Satan himself, don't use a 23 gauge. So all you do is unscrew this. Then you're going to open up your 18 gauge needle, which I have right here. And this is the needle you use to withdraw the injection. Otherwise, you're going to spend 10 minutes of your life fighting with a testosterone bottle, trying to get that sweet heavenly juice out of it. So next, real simple, just twist it onto your 1 milliliter 25 gauge syringe. It's also 1-inch needles that I use. If you're skinny as hell, you can use a 1/2 inch and probably get away with it. I like to inject in the glute. The shoulders they start to scar up and hurt. Nobody's staring at your ass, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what you do in your free time. Save that for somebody else. I don't want to hear about it. So, I'm gonna turn this bottle upside down like my whole life after the military, and you're gonna go ahead and stick it in there. I know some of y'all are pretty bad at that or never experienced that, and don't worry, buddy. We all been there. Might have been 10, 11 years old for some of us because this world's full of freaks. Alright, so now we got our 1 milliliter solution, and I'm going to show you what you do with this right after we put that cap back on. Boom. So the key is you want to run this under warm to hot water for about 30 seconds so the liquid becomes looser. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Alright, we had to switch to the other sink because the water over there felt like Antarctica. But you're going to hold this under this warm to hot water for about 30 seconds, as I said. So we're going to heat this up, and then I'll show you all step by step on how to stick this needle in your ass. Some rubbing alcohol. I'm going to rub the glute area, right? Take this needle. Then you're just going to find the area to inject in. For example, right. Hold up. Alright. We almost stuck the wrong side needle in our ass. That would have hurt so bad. You want to find that little part about right there. And then you just go ahead and stick it in. Then the injection takes about, 30 seconds. You inject a little bit, wait about 3 to 5 seconds, inject a little bit more, 3 to 5 seconds, more, 3 to 5 seconds. I didn't heat it up well. For some reason my water wasn't heating up. But, yeah man, this simple. When people are scared of needles, I didn't even feel it go in. Now, was it because of the alcohol? Maybe, but sometimes that makes it better. Just keep going just like this. Probably shouldn't be talking while you got a needle in your ass, but what is there to lose? Everything to gain. This is that gain juice. That stuff you get on the corner of the street. You thought he was a crackhead and a crack dealer. Nope. He's a supplier.
Supplier of medical grade test C. Maybe this takes longer than 30 seconds. I don't know. I've never timed it. But I'm getting impatient. Then once you get to the bottom and it's empty, I like to hold it there for a little bit. Slowly pull my haul. And just
oh yes, my favorite, hate comments. So I made a video about 2 years ago whenever I was in the military, but I reposted that video and it's basically just me showing the showers, the restroom, the head, whatever you know it as, on board a USS Destroyer. So we're gonna start off with our first hate comment. I went to boot camp in 1993 and we had 100 people in our bay and 2 shower rooms. Guess what? No one complained because we were in the fucking military and not on vacation. All I did was say the shower was too small and showed how bad the living conditions were for our U.S. Navy sailors. And somebody thinks that no shit, we're not on vacation, we're in the military. Okay, buddy. But that one had 117 likes. Next one, this whiny generation. See, the problem I have with older people, which I didn't even know this many old people are on TikTok at this point in life. That's the problem with their generation and be living their day-to-day life. But the problem is, it seems that people take making honest statements and being honest about certain things in life, such as the living conditions of the military or other policies or things inside of the military. It seems when you bring honesty to the table, it's seen as complaining. If you had mud inside of your water, would you drink it? Or you would say, hey, there's mud inside of my water, I want fresh water. So when you have a fountain on board a USS warship and it has chemicals in it that are bad for you, and the water fountain is dirty, when you show that and you say that the water is dirty, is that complaining or is that making an honest statement? Just like when I showed the shower and the toilets in the Navy, and I said, look how bad they are, and it literally had duct tape so you couldn't even use the urinal, and you see how dirty it was in there. People were thinking that's whining. And here's the thing, man, if you want to be a sheep, go ahead and do that. If you want to be like, that's just the way it always was, things will never change, and you're just gonna embrace the suck and be absolutely retarded, low IQ, then do that. The thing is, man, things will never change if you don't complain. You have to complain to make change, and oftentimes things change for the better. If we never had change, we'd still be in slavery right now. So yes, people are gonna complain about bad living conditions. And I also seen a comment where apparently our US government expanded the funding for military, so hopefully they do get better living conditions and they map that out. I'm praying for it. Next comment. I see something no one talks about, that being why are we so behind these guys, but yet no one cared whenever we slept on the ground for 3 months. Was only able to eat 1 meal a day and had to build a government. Didn't have running water, but people are willing to burn it down and call that luxury. So I get what he's saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. They act like we care about our military. They act like we're doing all of these great things for our military. They act like, oh, you joined the military, suck it up, embrace the suck. No, these are American people putting their life on the line, willing to fight for their countries just so we can have a country. So wouldn't we want the very best for them? Why does it have to be the worst living conditions in the worst areas with the worst things? No, we should be embracing our military because they're the ones putting their lives on the line. If you really believe they're going to war, we have the technology to put these people in hotels, to put them in better living environments. It doesn't make sense, man. You get a barracks, no AC, windows don't open, you gotta go and buy a fan, you don't have a stove, you're sharing it with another dude, you're sharing bathrooms with the roommates across from you. Like, what are we doing, man? They haven't updated these facilities or installations or bases probably since like the 60s, 70s. I wouldn't be surprised. What we got next? Soft generation. As I said before, I think the old generation just has low IQ. Honestly, at this point, they think they're better than the younger generation. They think that they know everything. They think that whatever they say is right and whatever we say is wrong. Whenever we're being honest about things, we're more outspoken, 100%. They should have been more outspoken and they wouldn't have got their ass handed to them. They call it silver spoon. I call it being fucking a buffoon, retarded. Gotta complain to have things change. I've always been an honest person. But guess what? You can complain all you want. They say a bitching sailor is a happy sailor. It's not about the complaints. It's about the performance. And I will outperform every single one of these old motherfuckers who haven't been in the Navy or military for the last 40 years and want to tell me how to live my life and how to perform my job when everything they know is beyond outdated. Bro's about to turn into dust and bones. It's been that way forever in a day since I was in the Navy in the 80s. It's nothing new. I don't know what you are all complaining about. The 80s was almost 50 years ago, buddy. It's pretty bad if nothing's been updated since the 80s. Hop in, wash your bitching ass, hop out. Works fine as the Hilton. Yeah, I mean, I agree. The showers do get the job done. Sometimes the water pressure is so bad that it's like a drop of water and you're in there for like 30 minutes trying to bathe yourself. But when they are working, yeah, they're pretty solid. They may not be necessarily hot, and you may get some skin burns because the water is salt water when you're out in the middle of the ocean. But yeah, I mean, I never had a problem with them. This one's interesting because for some reason, people think that these living conditions are so bad. I've seen multiple comments like this. It says, now we're cosplaying as Navy sailors on a ship to pretend conditions are uninhabitable. Stop the fake shit. I mean, I was on board a U.S. Navy warship, and I showed the laundry room, the gym, the berthing in which we sleep in, the shower, the bathroom, the head, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how I'm cosplaying. I was in the military for over 6 years. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. This generation of military members have got to be the softest. Another comment saying we're soft. Cool. But our military is still running today, and it's at the best it's ever been. So your generation was softer than ours, buddy. That's what you signed up for. What a weak generation. Oh, you have turned out to be the biggest pussies in this generation coming up. What do you think they did in Vietnam, Korea, World War II? You joined the United States military. It's funny that everyone loves to bring up Vietnam like you motherfuckers actually had a choice. Like you weren't shaking in your boots when you were drafted at 18 years old. Not many people volunteered. A lot of people had to be drafted to go to that war. And honestly, it doesn't make you any less of a man if you don't want to go to war, especially if you have a family, kids, a wife, a husband, whatever the case may be. Do you really want to go put your life on the line, not know what you're even fighting for? Because the military doesn't tell you. The government doesn't tell you. It's all propaganda. It's all corrupt. You don't even know what they're sending money to. Proxy wars. They're sending millions and trillions of dollars to other countries, but not supplying our U.S. military with habitable living conditions. And you wonder why we complain. The complaints are because you don't even know what you're fighting for inside of your own country. Yeah. So you joined the United States military. You're not on a Norwegian cruise line. I've never been on a cruise, but Navy took me on plenty. What a bunch of you know what I mean. Pussies? Sure. You are what you eat. So, I'm guessing that these facilities aren't up to the same standards as mommy and daddy's yacht. My mom and dad live in a ran-down trailer, so I don't know whose mom and dad has a yacht, but I'm going to leave my phone number down in the description below. Make sure to hit me up. I'm looking for the party. Whatever happened to the U.S. military training where we produce men instead of crying little boys? And you know, that's actually something I can agree with. I feel in today's generation with the LGBTQ or whatever it's called, and all the propaganda, I do feel like testosterone levels are lowering in men. And I do feel like, at least when I was in the Navy, a lot of people are fat, lazy, not disciplined, illogical. A lot of leadership is illogical. I'm not hating on the Navy. Trust me, I love my time in the Navy. And I'm only naming 50%. There's the 50% that's good before this gets misconstrued. But for the purpose of this video, since it's all hate, then all we can produce is hate, right? No optimism involved. So where I was going with that is, yeah, man, after boot camp, the training, I mean, Navy, you're not really tactical unless it's your special warfare, right? But for the most part, you're just on a ship in port doing maintenance, doing nothing but sitting around and maybe cleaning the bathroom. And even when you're underway, you just do your job. Your whole primary purpose is just to make sure the ship is running and operating for the most part. And we do that in divisions collectively. So yeah, there's not much training rather than in rate and protecting the ship. And it's really only valuable to the ship that you're on and the rate that you're in. So, I mean, however you look at it, I think the military does need harder training, especially in the military. I think there should be improved physical standards because a lot of people, I can guarantee you, wouldn't be in it if it wasn't for how laid back it is. And that was the last comment that I grabbed. Yeah, man. If you're above the age of 40, if you look like you've been in the Vietnam War, then I think you spend less time online and more time taking your PTSD medicine. All right, now that we're all fit up looking like the Prince of Persia, we have our protein pancakes. Pop 6 of these bad boys in the microwave. 420 calories, 30 grams of protein. Good amount of carbs. Hold up, wife's yelling at me, but see you all next in the gym. We're starting off with Smith machine squats. My wife is putting me through this. Not a fan of leg day. Everything else in the gym is taken today. Somehow it's Saturday and everybody wants to hit legs. That's the last thing I'd want to do with my Saturdays, but here we are on Saturday. So let's go ahead and get into 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. But if you're me, 4 sets of 2 reps. Can do this. Yeah, fuck this, dude. 2 plates ain't no joke. You never done a Smith machine? It's like picking up fat girls. It wasn't that bad.
Be careful. See, this reminds me like I'm the biggest fan of Smith machine squats.
Don't ever in your whole entire life attempt to do a Smith machine squat. I can barely say it, that's how fucking bad it is. I pulled my lat. I can't even bend down and pick up my car keys anymore. I had to use my phone to unlock this vehicle. It is so bad. So actually, on the positive note, we don't have to hit legs anymore. It was a good day. But anyways, we're going to Walmart. Gotta go pick up my wife's tampons for her because she's yeah. We're going to pick up her tampons. So we'll see you when we get there. We're walking into Walmart to grab our tampons now. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's got to be at least 120 degrees out here.
We also need more shit.
Oh yeah, we needed the king bed sheets because we never bought none, but we bought a big king bed and a king bed frame. Right now, dude, it feels like
Oh my God,
the middle.
bro, I'm fucking
We're about to get run
burning.
over.
I know, because we're doing the most.
All right.
I'm still recording you.
Why?
Okay.
Apparently, king bed sheets are $45. For a set of bed sheets is ridiculous.
Down south.
Yeah, down south. But not only that, we're about to go be fat as hell. Like I said, on the weekends, man, these 2-3 days, this is party time. It's fat people time. This is McDonald's, 4 McDoubles, 4 hot and spicies, 4 large fries time, and a large Coke. So we're about to go to McDonald's, order the whole menu, give it a review, and then we're gonna drink our lives away because that's all we do on the weekend. There's nothing else to do down south. What else are you gonna do with your free time? After you go to work in the gym, that's when all that's left to do is party. I don't understand what else we could be doing. We're already building our YouTube channel, so that's what we're gonna go do. Let's go. And then can you make sweet and sour sauce?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, yeah. What's they got up here? Can I get 3 McChickens,
Okay.
2 McDoubles,
Okay.
1 large fry,
Okay.
and 1 large Coke Zero?
You ordering the whole menu.
Yeah,
Want any
that'll be it.
sauce?
You can go ahead and thank you.
Yeah. Today has not been our day. First off, traffic was terrible on a Saturday. Tore the muscle in my back and my lat. My wife hurt her hamstring. What else? Walmart was packed for some odd reason. And we pull up to McDonald's. We get a 4-piece chicken strip, large meal. We're sitting there for like 30 minutes. And then I asked for large specifically, medium fries. So we paid for a large 4-piece and large fry. We got so sick of waiting, we checked the top of the bag to, see if we got the right order. And we thought we did, but we didn't. Also, our energy drinks, the dumbass Amazon worker put them out in the sun, so they busted everywhere. So now I have to go and complain to Amazon. So we got our Texas Craft Sour Pickle Vodka and our Old Smoky Salty Watermelon to kind of get over the fact that the start of today just hasn't been for us. And we love drinking on the weekends and we'll use anything as an excuse in order to do so. So I'm about to down my 3 McChickens, my 2 McDoubles. Baby's gonna get full off of 3 chicken strips because they scammed us. And we're gonna down like, you see how much is left in these bottles? Yeah, that's gonna be empty in about an hour.
We're just getting tested today, and it's fine, but I'm losing it. So.
Yep. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to see any more of this type of content, I'm more than happy to make some. And other than that, as always, same table, different conversation. And remember to take it easy.
Easy.